Sorry, what's a violation of the second? Because I didn't hear a single word of that other guy.
High pressure gas, like we're all breathing, and a 10 to the minus 17 torr sky vacuum. That's a second law of thermodynamics, straight up second law of violation.
You think that's because high pressure goes to low pressure, isn't it, Nathan?
It does!
Brilliant.
Is this really? Because I think high pressure goes to low pressure. Is that really this globe-believing zealot's rebuttal? No, it's not because I think that. It's a law of nature! You just need to rinse and repeat and chant through my reply. I know.
Is this claim an inductive claim?
It has nothing to do with... It's not your response that I'm worried about, Nathan. It's the fact that he invoked a flat earth with a high differential of pressure off a flat plane as some kind of evidence that there is this place that doesn't exist now.
Just want to talk to my religious fundy zealot.
Well, can we start without the ad homs first and just ask the question, maybe?
All right, well, the question is, in our last conversation, Nathan, you said you make no claim as to whether the gradient extends to 10 to the negative 17 torr. So, Nathan, in the future, will you stop saying you can't go to a location that's 10 to the negative 17 torr?
Oh, goodness, son. You're in trouble. How did you get that elevation for that gradient?
Sorry, how is that relevant to my question?
You're asking me not to do something.
You said gradient.
And then you referred to a gradient. So he's asking you about the elevation of the gradient that you're appealing for me to not talk about?
Yeah, you said in our last conversation you make no claim as to whether the gradient extends to 10 to the negative 17 torr, so it's possible that you could go to that location, is that correct?
No, it's a second law of thermodynamics
That
violation.
location.
It's a violation of
Oh,
the
okay,
second
so
law.
how low can pressure get then? Before you require a container?
No, that's where I say I don't make any claims in that regard, because I don't.
So it could go to 10 to the negative. So why is 10 to the negative 17 torr
because
too
it's
low?
a second law of thermodynamics violation.
All right. So what's so low or too low about 10 to the
I
negative
don't make any
17
claims
torr as
about
opposed
this.
to...
Why are you asking? I don't make a claim about it.
So it's possible then,
But
yeah?
did you need to rinse and repeat this 6 more times? Because if you do, I'm just going to ask straight away for you to be removed.
Just say it's possible, because you're saying...
So just say you just need me to say something. No, mate, I'm not going to have your requirement for me to be saying something satisfied for you to make your argument. You are pathetic.
All right, I'll take that as a victory, Nathan. Thank you very much.
You can take it as a victory, son. Meanwhile, I'll actually summarise the point in regards to the globe-believing numpty's assertion that the sky is a vacuum, and how if the sky was a vacuum, in line with entropic laws of gas dispersion, the gas we are all enjoying breathing would fill that space.
Other, I have a vacuum. And if I open the tap between these two, you will see spontaneously the bromine rush from one
at 10 to the minus 17 torr in the globe plane. The fact that we are breathing high-pressure gas means there is definitely not a sky vacuum. I don't make any claims about what the sky is, so I don't have to answer anything about anything when it comes to gas pressure. When it comes to gas pressure, I know it's got to be pressing on something, as I get interrupted by my own panel. It's got to be pressing on something. That's an antecedent consequent relationship that's violated by your fundy sphere belief with a sky vacuum above our heads.
If you have gas, it would expand into the vacuum, absolutely.
What's that? Why does gas do? I don't care. I'm not answering any questions. I'm not making any claims. I'm debunking a sky vacuum. That's your claim.
You're not doing a very good job at it. You're not doing a very good job.
Is he going to chant through my win? Because it seems like he is. I'm debunking a religious zealot's belief in a sky vacuum. That's what I'm doing. After that fact of debunking your sky vacuum belief, I have absolutely no obligation to answer anything whatsoever. I hope that's made clear. It was made clear last time. You're too stupid to understand last time, and you just need to rinse and repeat and chant through my reply. I know.
Is this claim an inductive claim?
It has nothing to do with... It's not your response that I'm worried about, Nathan. It's the fact that he invoked a flat earth with a high differential of pressure off a flat plane as some kind of evidence that there is this place that doesn't exist now. That's what's concerning.
Oh, wow.
Disconcerting to me.
That is concerning, isn't it? Nathan, is it the case that...
Can you back off your mic?
With...
Can you back off your mic 3 inches? Can you back off your mic?
Too loud? I apologise.
Can you back off your mic 3 inches? You're horribly distorted.
Right, okay. Right, so Nathan, is it the case that with the gradient, if you can go to a place that's 10 to the negative 17 Tor, possibly, you make no claims about it, then you can't say in the future there is this location that's 10 to the negative 17 Tor vacuum that you can't go to.
That's an argument from ignorance fallacy.
But you can't say that you can't go there because you
So
don't
that's an
make claims.
argument
Hold
from
on a sec.
ignorance. He's dumb
Why-
as all
if you
shit,
ain't
man.
a
This
flat
guy is
earther,
thick.
why are you
I'm
talking
done with
about
this. It's
a
dumb.
gradient?
I respond, and he literally ignores it and repeats the same thing like I haven't heard it.
Is that a coplaugh? Is that a coplaugh, Nathan?
It's an argument from ignorance fallacy. We don't know that it isn't.
What?
That's an argument from ignorance.
Yeah, no, it's not that you don't know it.
No. For my audience benefit, while he yammers through the top of me concluding, he's used an argument from ignorance fallacy and repeated it when I put that to him.
Yeah. Nathan can't name fallacies.
So now he's going to tell me what I can't do. That's an ad hominem fallacy. So he's not responding to the fact that I've pointed out his fallacious reasoning. He's started to attack me personally about what I can't do. No, mate.
All right, so
No,
All
you
right.
useless. Don't tell my audience what I can't do. You've just used an argument from ignorance fallacy. Useless. You
you've
lose.
misused that fallacy.
Your
Nathan.
argument is void, and now you're chanting through the top of me. Like the last 3 people who have interacted with me. Upon having your bum smacked, you think that it's your turn to chant through everything I put to you after it. No, mate. You've been demonstrated as an ignorant fool by a flat earther pointing out your use of fallacy. In this instance, an argument from ignorance fallacy. So, you can do a couple of things. You can go, oh, right, yeah, that was bad of me and stupid of me and not any way proving a sky vacuum. Then I'll understand that you've acknowledged that which has had to be pointed out to you in your ignorance and use of fallacy. You're not doing that. You're chanting through the top of me and asking me new questions. Do you think you're smart? You're not.
Yes, I do.
Well, you're not.
Well, you know, the thing is, Nathan, you can be
The
agnostic
red
about the
herring
question,
is
but you
dependent
can't
upon
say
a
it's
flat
not there
earth.
because you haven't given an argument as to why you can't go to that location. All you said is, I make no claims about it, so you should be agnostic on it, right? An argument from
Explain it
ignorance
to you.
fallacy. I'm not saying it's not the case that you can't go there. I'm saying he can't say that, but that's
No.
too much nuance.
Yeah, I can. It's a second law of thermodynamics violation. He's ignored that as well.
Oh, you said,
For
which
you
is
to
what I was
have
moving
gas
on to. It's an
pressure,
inductive
you
claim,
need
isn't
the
it, Nathan?
container.
It's an inductive
Hold
claim,
on.
isn't it, Nathan?
John's keen, and I'm keen to appease my panel to have a taste of blood. Go ahead, John.
To have gas pressure, before you talk about gradients, you need to have a container so that that pressure can rebound against the walls of the container and come back to give you pressure. But on top of that, when you invoke gradients, that's an elevation above a horizontal plane of reference that you will describe that differential from. If you're not a flat earther, you shouldn't be talking about that.
Okay, it's a synthetic a posteriori claim. It's based on what you see in the world, and it's also inductive. It's based on everything you can do on the surface of the Earth. I'll grant you, Nathan, because I'm kind, what you can do on the surface of the Earth. But if something different is going on or being observed in altitude, then that will count as evidence of absence for a container. If you go 65
Why?
miles up and you see that
Why?
because you're
That's a good
looking at a
question
vacuum
on that.
65 miles
I
up,
don't
only 65
disagree
miles,
with his
and it's
premise.
confirming the idea that the pressure's so low that it's almost 10 to the negative 17 tall already. The difference is small, right? Even though 10 to the negative 17 tall is hundreds of kilometers further, the difference is so small, and yet there's no container separating you between 65 miles up.
He still didn't answer my question about why are you not only using a red herring, but a red herring that requires a flat plane to prove what? Like, where are you going with this? It doesn't make sense.
Whether or not it requires a flat plane is irrelevant to the container, isn't it? So, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm more arguing about the container, you know?
Where are we at? Are we in container debate? Is that what this
We're
is?
in
Are we debating
container
about
debate.
containers now? Or is this a flat earth debate?
Yeah, we're in
forum?
container debate, yeah.
No, we're not.
All right then,
Dumbass.
I'm done. Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
Okay,
See
perfect.
you
So,
later.
just to conclude, thanks for your points. So, we describe how we have gradiated pressure with respect to surface level. This is a flat earth proof. Thank you for bringing it. Really appreciate it.
No problem, Fundy.
So why are you calling me a fundy? There's
What?
nothing fundy about declaring that which you've just offered us. So you're suggesting that I'm a fundy if I accept which you've just presented? I'm not.
Well,
There's
with
there's
righteous
nothing-
indignation, Nathan
There's nothing
Oakley.
that was rhetorical. There's nothing fundamentalist about me accepting how we describe gradiated pressure from sea level. How does that make me
Yeah.
a fundy? It doesn't. That's rhetorical again.
It's the exact
Well, with
opposite,
with
Nathan, and this is the point. Yeah, what's fundy is when your resolution for your worldview has to oppose natural law. So the only way you can have your graduated atmosphere without the necessary antecedent of a container is to invoke gravity and to defy natural law. That is a definition and an example of fundy thinking and reasoning, yeah? Because we have to deny the natural law to enable the preservation. You have to deny the natural law to preserve your worldview that it's pressure without containment.
Correct.
That is the
Yeah, I put it to him 4 times. He says, oh, well, you're not denying that it could be there by an argument from ignorance fallacy. And I go, no, it's a violation of the second law of thermodynamics. It's like, no, well, if I just assume, through my argument from ignorance fallacy, that it could just dissipate to 10 to the minus 17 torr, and ignore the fact that that's a violation of the second law of thermodynamics?
Sorry, what's a violation of the second? Because I didn't hear a single word of that other guy.
High pressure gas, like we're all breathing, and a 10 to the minus 17 torr sky vacuum. That's a second law of thermodynamics, straight up second law of violation.
You think that's because high pressure goes to low pressure, isn't it, Nathan?
It does!
Brilliant.
It's this really, because I think high pressure goes to low pressure. Is that really this globe-believing zealot's rebuttal? No, it's not because I think that. It's a law of nature!
All right, Nathan.
Yeah!
And there we go. So there is another prime example of fundy behaviour. So you think that high pressure goes to low. No, it's a natural law. The only reason for you to deny it is because it opposes a ball heliocentric model, doesn't it? It's the only reason you would have to deny your natural law. You're a fundy.
Oh, my Lord. I need to go. So, Nathan, if you would just answer my question.
Yeah, but
So
if you're gonna
you just
deny-
need to run away, now that we've pointed out your straight-up second law of thermodynamics violation, and in rebuttal you've told me, so it's because you believe high pressure goes to low pressure. No, I've got multitudes of high-caliber universities lecturing on the dispersion of gas with the second law of thermodynamics as the title, as they describe it, as a law of nature.
And I wait a little bit, then I know the gas fills up.
Spontaneously, right? The gas is going to fill the available volume,
If you have gas, it would expand into the vacuum, absolutely.
Talking about an ideal gas expanding against a vacuum.
So how do you have gas pressure without a container?
It's not my belief. Your belief in a sky vacuum defies that law of nature that when put to you, you tell me is just my belief. No, mate. No, high pressure will always go to low pressure. It's a law of nature. Your sky vacuum defies that law of nature, and the description of the variation of gas pressure, which must be under containment to form a gradation of the pressure, that's described with respect to surface level, proving a flat Earth is measured to describe the elevation of the gradiated pressure that requires containment. So you telling me that it's just my belief? No, it's not. It's a law of nature.
Yeah,
I
it's a
told you
religious
6
belief,
times.
But I'm done here.
I know you're done. You've been smashed. You think you need to reiterate that after being absolutely annihilated and denying the second law of thermodynamics, telling me that I've not overcome your argument because you've got an argument from ignorance, and then telling me that the second law of thermodynamics I put to you 6 times was just my belief. It's pathetic. Yeah, I know you're done. Bugger off. Next.
That's just brilliant, isn't it? The complete obliviousness to how weak his position is, how much he's just embarrassed himself. Or just the sheer gall to try and walk out of the room by proclaiming that. Thank you very much. I've been here all week, yeah? You're a joke,
Yeah, but
you've just showed yourself you've got no idea on natural law, and no idea how your fundy religious readings you've been giving us, how it contradicts that natural law.
Other, I have a vacuum. And if I open the tap between these two, you will see spontaneously the bromine rush from one to the other.